Welcome to Trivia Clips. Are you ready to dive into the twisted world of Alice Cooper, the godfather of shock rock? From guillotines on stage to unforgettable anthems, let's see what you really know. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. 1. Alice Cooper's real name is Alice. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. His real name is Vincent Damon Fournier. He adopted Alice Cooper as the band's name first. Later, he legally changed his name to match. It helped separate his stage persona from real life, and it definitely added to the mystery. 2. The band Alice Cooper started in the 1960s. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. They formed in Phoenix, Arizona in the late 60s, originally called the Spiders, then Nas. The group evolved into Alice Cooper in 1968. They became famous for their horror-themed shows. It was a blend of music and theater like never before. 3. Alice Cooper once ran for President of the United States. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. He jokingly ran under the Wild Party. It was part of a publicity stunt in the 70s. He even had slogans like, "A troubled man for troubled times." Fans embraced the chaos and humor. Alice always knew how to stay in the spotlight. 4. Schools Out was banned from some schools. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. The song's rebellious tone stirred controversy. Some schools felt it encouraged bad behavior, but that only made it more iconic. It became an anthem for generations of students. It's still blasted at graduations today. 5. Alice Cooper used real snakes on stage. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. He famously performed with a boa constrictor. The snake became part of his signature image. Fans never knew what to expect during his shows. It was shock value turned into art, and it worked brilliantly for his brand. 6. Alice Cooper's music was never played on MTV. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. He appeared on MTV several times in the 80s. His videos matched his theatrical image. Songs like Poison became massive hits. He stayed relevant even in the video era. Alice Cooper knew how to evolve with the times. 7. He once shared the stage with Elvis Presley. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. In a legendary moment, Elvis invited Alice backstage. He even handed Alice a loaded gun as a joke. They posed, laughed, and swapped stories. Alice calls it one of the strangest nights of his life, a wild meeting between two icons. 8. Alice Cooper is a born-again Christian. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. Despite his dark image, he found faith later in life. He quit alcohol and turned his life around. He attends church and speaks about redemption. His faith contrasts his shock rock image. It shows there's more to him than theatrics. 9. He played Freddy Krueger in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. He didn't play Freddy, but he was in the film. He portrayed Freddy's abusive foster father. Fans loved his creepy presence. It suited his horror rock legacy, a perfect crossover from music to horror. 10. Alice Cooper hosts his own radio show. You have 5 seconds to answer. true or false? Correct answer, true. He hosts Nights with Alice Cooper. It's syndicated across the US and worldwide. He shares stories, trivia, and great rock tracks. The show reflects his deep love for rock history. He's a storyteller as much as a performer. Welcome back to Trivia Clips. Let's continue exploring the bizarre and brilliant world of Alice Cooper. 10 more true or false questions are waiting. Let's see how deep your rock knowledge goes. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. 11. Alice Cooper once toured with Marilyn Manson. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. They co-headlined a tour called Masters of Madness. It was a perfect match of shock and spectacle. Both artists respected each other's influence. Fans got a double dose of theatrical rock. It was one of the most talked about tours of the year. 12th. Alice Cooper starred in a Broadway musical. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. He never starred on Broadway. His talents leaned more toward rock theater. Though his shows are dramatic, they're not musicals. Still, he's influenced many theatrical performers. His concerts feel like horror musicals on their own. 13. He had a hit song called Poison. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true released. In 1989, it was a huge comeback hit. It showed his ability to evolve with new sounds. The song mixes glam, danger, and catchy hooks. It introduced him to a new generation. Poison remains one of his signature tracks. 14. Alice Cooper was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. He was inducted in 2011 with the original band. The ceremony honored their influence on rock theatrics. Fans and critics celebrated the long overdue moment. It cemented Alice's legacy in music history. He called it a surreal honor. 15. He once collaborated with Lady Gaga. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They met and performed on the same stage, but they never officially collaborated. Fans often imagined a duo between them. Both share a flair for shock and glam. Still, it remains a missed opportunity. 16. Alice Cooper was a scratch golfer. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. He became obsessed with golf after quitting drinking. He plays almost daily and has a low handicap. It helps him stay focused and healthy. He's played with pros and celebrities alike. His golfing life surprises many fans. 17. He's been married for over 40 years. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Alice married Cheryl Goddard in 1976. She was a dancer in his stage shows. They've weathered fame, addiction, and faith together. Their marriage is one of rock's longest, a true love story behind the makeup. 18. Alice Cooper collects antique dolls. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. He doesn't collect dolls, but he loves horror props. His home is filled with movie memorabilia. He owns classic monster gear and stage relics. He's a collector of the strange and spooky. It all matches his shock rock image. 19. He once performed inside a real mental hospital. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. He's performed songs about madness, but not there. Most of his mental hospital scenes were staged. He used props to create atmosphere. It was all about theatrical illusion. He never crossed that controversial line. 20. Alice Cooper once said, "If you're going to be a villain, be a memorable one." You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. It's one of his most quoted lines. He embraced the role of rock's villain. He turned darkness into entertainment and made it legendary. Alice Cooper always knew how to own the stage.